Hello everyone, I hope you're all out enjoying the sunshine today. I wanted to share with you today something which I know is quite unique about the Wellness Centre and something that I'm particularly passionate about, and that is the basics and principles behind herbal medicine. So I've practiced veterinary herbal medicine for quite some time and seen some great results, and I'm sharing some of the stories of my clients with you, but really it's one of my big passions. Now, herbal medicine has been around since the dawn of time, and it's one of the oldest forms of medicine. And lots of people think it's very much related. Lots of people think herbal medicine, much like acupuncture, originated in China. But in fact, herbal medicine was being practiced all over the world by the most ancient peoples. And it's really how modern medicine has developed today. Now, I think there's lots of brilliant things about herbal medicine, but one of the things I love the most is how it allows us to go right back to first principles and really think about what we're trying to achieve. And in order to do that, we need quite a good knowledge of botany. So that is the plants and what chemicals they produce and why they produce them. So it's really quite interesting to think about, why is a plant producing a certain chemical, or what kind of chemical might it produce, and what might that then have an effect on mammalian body. So, for example, when leaves go that orangey, yellowy colour, they're producing carotins which protect against sun damage. So they protect the leaves from being damaged by the sun. And that is also what can protect us from damage. So that's where there's lots of antioxidants and that kind of thing, which can protect against lots of different types of free radical damage. Very important in cancer therapies and other kind of disease processes as well. You've probably heard of antioxidants before. Other things like little tiny seeds need to survive in the soil in order to be able to germinate. So they surround themselves with something called mucilage, which is like a lovely jelly, slippy substance. So the seeds use it to keep themselves moist, to give themselves a little bit of nourishing food so that they can sprout. In the body, for us, the mucilage is really soothing, and it's particularly useful in gut issues, also inflamed bladders, things like that. So you want a nice kind of soothing, slippery coating. The mucilage can be really helpful. And then if you think about roots of plants, they're containing lots of starches because they're where there's lots of energy. So we find things like inulin in there, which is a really important prebiotic. Now, we mentioned prebiotics in my little chat with Tommy Heffernan on our YouTube channel, so check that out. But you can really see how thinking about the plant and botany is really helpful in then working out how that's going to help our bodies or our animals' bodies. Things like bark. What is bark useful for? It's a protective coating. So there's lots of really astringent antimicrobials, antifungals in there, because that's what the plant uses to prevent against damage. So it's really, really exciting. And each plant has got a really unique combination of all these different chemicals, and different parts of the plant have got different unique combinations. So really, the world is our oyster. There's so many different plants and different combinations. It makes it really, really exciting that we can tailor treatment to an individual at every aspect. The other really exciting thing about herbs and using whole herbs as opposed to extracting one single chemical out of them, which essentially is traditional medicine, is that very often research tells us that the plant has both the chemical with the action that we want, but it also has some chemicals in it that protect against some side effects. of maybe the chemical in isolation. So, for example, some plants contain things called salicylates, which is related to aspirin. That's where aspirin and the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs were developed from. But most of us know that non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs and aspirin can cause stomach ulceration and stomach problems. Whereas a lot of the plants that contain salicylates also have chemicals in that help to protect the digestive system. So the action is going to be less likely to result in illness. I find it really fascinating, really exciting. I love using herbs to complement traditional medicine and also to fill in gaps when we just don't have a traditional medicine that works. There are some really interesting herbs out there that have some really well proven actions, and even though drugs companies have tried really hard to extract the one chemical from it that has the action, quite often it's simply the unique combination of chemicals working together within that plant is what produces the benefit. So there's loads of benefits to using whole herbs as opposed to using the single chemicals in some instances. Now, of course, we still use a lot of pharmaceutical medicines too, but it just gives you a little tiny insight as to why I find herbal medicine so exciting, and I love that it gives us so many options. So if you have any questions about herbal medicine, then comment underneath here and I'll be happy to answer them. And don't forget, if you're interested in herbal medicine, please pre-register your pet at veterinarywellnesscentre.com. Okay, thanks. Bye.